In recent days, a prophecy attributed to a Nigerian prophetess has gained attention, asserting that God is delaying or refusing to grant freedom to Biafra because some Igbo people have begun worshipping Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as a god. The claim suggests that individuals place his pictures in their homes and bow to them in acts of veneration, thereby offending the divine and hindering the Biafran cause. This narrative requires a measured, truthful response grounded in the realities of Igbo spirituality, culture, and the genuine motivations behind the agitation for self-determination. From the earliest moments of self-awareness and connection to our heritage, no such practice has ever been part of Igbo collective life or tradition. The Igbo people have long worshipped Chukwuokike Abiama, the supreme creator, the almighty God who formed the heavens, the earth, and all that exists. We respect and honor ancestral spirits and deities inherited from our forefathers. Yet the distinction between the divine and any mortal human being remains sacred, inviolable, and absolute. No enlightened or rational Igbo person has ever elevated a fellow human, be it a leader, activist, or figure of influence, to the status of God. That boundary is deeply ingrained and has never been crossed in our cultural or spiritual ethos. Support for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu stems not from any notion of divinity, but from his bold exposure of long-standing injustices, systemic marginalization, and the fundamental right of oppressed peoples to self-determination. He advocates for equity, truth, and a peaceful referendum to allow the people to decide their future. Speaking truth to power and championing justice does not confer godhood upon a man. It reflects a commitment to human dignity and does not supplant or contradict centuries of Igbo reverence for Chukwuokike Abiama. If any isolated person, in private or otherwise, engages in misguided acts of treating a human figure as divine, that reflects individual error or misunderstanding, not Igbo culture, not our shared beliefs, and certainly not the foundation or driving force of the Biafran movement. It is unreasonable and unjust to tie the aspirations and destiny of millions to unverified anecdotes or isolated behaviors. True prophetic insight should offer clarity, moral guidance, and unity, not division, stereotyping, fear, or collective condemnation of an entire ethnic group amid a legitimate struggle for fairness and freedom. Invoking the divine to label a people as idolaters in this context risks fueling unnecessary tensions and distracting from the core issues of justice and equity. The Igbo worldview maintains a clear separation between human leadership and divine sovereignty, political advocacy and religious worship, a dedicated fighter for rights and the supreme God. This line stands firm and unbroken. For the full context and deeper explanation, including why these claims miss the mark and what the real focus of the Biafran struggle should be, please watch the complete video where Obum Sophia addressed this prophecy directly. Your views and thoughts after watching are welcome.
I saw a so-called prophecy by a Nigerian prophetess, and honestly, I felt compelled to speak my mind. She claimed that God is refusing to grant Biafra freedom because some Igbo people are worshipping Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as their God, placing his picture in their house and bowing to it. With all due respect, this claim or prophecy is not only misleading, it is completely disconnected from the reality of Igbo belief and history. From the time I became conscious enough to understand my people today, such a thing has never existed among Igbo. Igbo people worship Chukwuokike Abiama, the supreme God, and we acknowledge the ancestral deities passed down through our forefathers. Even then, no sane Igbo person confuses a human being with God. That line is very, very clear to us. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not being followed because he is seen as a god. He is being supported because he speaks about injustice, marginalization, and the right of a people to decide the future through a referendum. Fighting for freedom, justice, or self-determination does not turn a man into a god. And it does not suddenly erase centuries of Igbo spiritual consciousness. If anyone anywhere worships a human being, that is their personal error, not an Igbo belief, not an Igbo culture, and certainly not the foundation of Biafra agitation. You cannot place the destiny of millions of people on an unverified claim about what some people are allegedly doing in their private homes. Prophecy should bring clarity, truth, and moral direction, not stereotypes, fear, or blame. Using God's name to spread narratives that paint an entire people as idol worshippers because of a political struggle is dangerous and unfair. Ndị Igbo know the difference between leadership and divinity, between struggle and worship, between a man and God. That line has never been blurred.